Hello, everyone. This is Will Mac Vintage, coming to you today on May 22nd, 12:21 p.m. Cayman time, which is same as Central in the U.S. right now. Um, it is a scorching hot day here in Cayman. Looking outside the window here in the yard. I was out with my mother earlier this morning doing some errands and getting some things done for her and for me and so forth, and came home, had a little snack, so I decided to let's continue on some repairs. Um, since my last video, I have worked on an analog board for a Plus and a keyboard for the Plus that had some issues. I got those working. Those are going back to Dustin, so his stuff is done now. And what else did I do? The other three boards that I already finished, I mailed those out. And then I have another board here for someone else that I'm waiting on some capacitor kits to arrive from Console 5 for the SC30 analog board and the SC30 Sony CR44 power supply. He wants me to recap them, so I'll recap them and fix them and test everything together, make sure that they work. So his board, his Logic board, that was the first one that I did that I fixed. Well, one of the first ones that I did that is sitting down here. So anyway, what I have here now is another SC30 board. This is for a person by the name of John. Um, it was referred to me by another YouTuber, and word of mouth. It's great. I mean, that's how I get a lot of my boards. So thank you for referring me and people sending them to me. This board is very nice. Let me show you here. Um, it's looks it works. Okay, I mean, granted, I boot up with it and it works, but the owner tells me that it's not very stable. A lot of times it just crashes and so forth. So I do see some botch in here. There has been some work done to it previously in different areas. So yes, it could be one of those boards that cap juice has gotten into the other layers, or where issues will arise up here and there and continue. And he asked me to do a transfer to a black board, a revision 5 board that I have. So we're going to move this over to a Rev 5, and then he'll get new ROM and RAM sockets. The logic chips are already socketed. The two Sonys are not, but that's okay. I'll do that. So the board works. So that tells me that, I mean, at least I know the chips should be pretty good. So one of the first things I start doing is with my hot air, and and the chips look very nice. They look very nice and clean, no big corrosion. So it should be a fairly quick solder job. So my air is set at maximum airflow right now at 460 Celsius. I know I am releasing a lot of SE30 reload boards, but it's the boards that people sent me that they want reloaded. So, and I like to do the video for them to see my work on their board. Because this is going to be a reload board, I'm not too worried about things melting and that. So, I'm trying to get a lot of these boards done as quick as I can because I have a lot of them and also have stuff for my store. Be sure you go and visit kmacvintage.com, and it'll take you to my coffee site, which has my shop on it. I know a lot of things are out of stock right now, but things are there. Programmers, ROM, RAM. If it's not there, just contact me and I can make it. My Tash 20 sold out. I need to make some of those. The A2C DVI adapters, I have 30 more on the way. They've actually departed from China to come directly to Cayman. And also 30 more A2 DVI cards are coming. I'll have those again soon. And what else? I still got a couple Blue Scuzzy externals. The power supply stuff. I mean, for the SI and the LC, those are all on there. If y'all are looking to rebuild your power supply with newer products, you can buy them as a kit. There's the old version and the new version of them are available. So if you have a SI or a LC board that needs, well, power supply that is dead and leaked, and you can replace it with a new PCB and some Meanwell power converters. I sell them as a kit for a purpose because for me to have the stuff imported into Cayman and pay the import duty here, it's better to just let you buy it and source. I'll send you links to them, but you can get them and solder them. There's only one way they can go on the board. There's only one position they'll fit, so there's no way that you can screw it up. Um, like the 2SI, if you buy the kit, it comes with all the resistors that are needed and the LED and the one transistor and the fuse holders. I now have fuse holders, so I'll send it with it. You solder it all together and build it and move the power connector and the um, logic board power cable connection, move them over from your old board, and it will drop in and fit exactly into your 2SI machine, power supply, metal frame. Oh, come on off of there. Yeah, right now all I'm doing is getting off all the surface mounted stuff. You can see I put them in fairly much in an order that I know, so I can pull them back off. Okay, I want to take off this one transistor that's over here. Alright, so now let's go and get these other chips. All right, that's the ASC. And to get that box wire removed, this is the SCC chip. Now comes the SCSI. This is the swim. Mm. Now comes the two vias. So far, my track record has been very good on these. Everything I've started working on, I was able to repair and get back to working condition. Okay. Now the big glue. So now he wants a black board because he's gonna put this in one of the MacFX clear cases. Okay, glue is off, and last one is the FPU. That popped off. All right. Um, I'm gonna heat it up some from the other side. I want to see if I can pop out this RTC chip. I'm heating it from this side so I can get it nice and hot. There, popped out nicely. All right, let's see if we can do the same thing with the two sound chips. And there's one sound chip. All right, let's get the next one. See, but the thing is, I need to heat it up and then I need to bend the legs because they're bent over. Okay. And the other sound chip. Oh, nicely. Got them both out. These are all in socket, socket, socket. Oh, I forgot the ADB. Oh, shoot. So 20 minutes, 22 minutes of talk and that, and we got almost everything we need off this board right now. Okay, there's the ADB. I'm gonna see if I can get these two off also since I'm here. These are the two inductors that are here. One on this side, this is for the keyboard and mouse. Coming off. This one over here is preventing it from coming out. There we go. Okay. And there's one more over here. Usually this one here, gravity helps because once it becomes liquefied, it just pops out. I think we're loose already. There we are. Okay. Not gonna worry about these other things for now. We'll do those later. All right, so I got the new board. Um, I'm gonna be using today's Theory version 5 Tachyflux. I just started using this just on the board earlier, and it's nice. I really like this flux. I like it more than the version 3. It seems a bit more firmer and clearer, so it really makes it nice to use. I'm gonna put all these small little suckers on first so that they don't get lost. Right now, all I've done was put some flux on here, and then I'm going to move these parts onto the board. Turn on my soldering iron here. All right, let's go to the scope and put these on. I know y'all are saying, oh my God, another SC30. I do have some other boards that they're way down the line. I'm trying to get the ones that did a commission through the website first done. Okay, we have this one right here. Then we have these two by the battery. Okay. So all those small little things are on. Let's start from this side today. You see how nice and clear that flux is. It's a lot firmer. I really like how it stays put. These are the two 175 chips that always give me trouble. The 253s. Four at them. That one rotated, so now I need to get the orientation correctly. This is the 166. And that usually fails because of the cap leakage right there next to it. Okay, so those are all on. So let's go ahead and do those. Switch scope again. I need to buy some new wheels for this chair. Okay, I'll come back and do the other side later when I have all of these secured. And you're probably wondering why you see me going back to this other chip. Is to take out some of that solder and move it over to this one, because there's quite a bit on it. Sorry, I went a little bit too high. There we go. Okay. Now I rotate it like this, and then I can just come here and just go just like that. Alright, then we do these two. Okay. No bridges or nothing. Alright, next we go to this. Let's put on some more chips. We put on all of these other ones here. Alright. I know I got these two over here still, but that's okay. We'll get those in the next batch, on the next run. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and get these on there. All right. So then after that, we have these PLCs here to do. There they. Oh, you still can't see them all. These two. All right, there they are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll get soldered. These three will go in sockets. Okay, we're gonna go solder these on. Scope view. Plaza Real Estate on the other side. All right, right now on all of them, I'm only gonna do one side. All right, so I can do all three of these one side within your view without having to move the board. I'll come back and remove that. I got a lot of solder on it. That's why when I have a bridge and I have more chips to do, I don't panic about it. Just move on, use up what's on your tip, and then go back and remove that bridge. It's very straightforward like that. Okay, let's see, can we get all three of these? Yeah. See, like, I'm gonna leave that there for right now. Okay. 4 more to go. $200 ohm pull down resistor pack network, resistor network. Okay, and we got all on one side. Let's just tackle these sides quick. Okay, we have all of the strips on. All right, now I'm gonna, as you can tell, I have not cleaned this board, and cleaning this toothbrush to get all the old flux off. Okay, now what I'm going to use is not alcohol. This is a flux remover. And I'm going to come with my bigger paper towel. I got all of those off. Now I'm going to do it the same for over here. I wasn't using this flux remover until I went to Dallas to my friend's house, Scott, and helped him with some computers, and I visited him. And he was using it there, and it worked very nice. I liked it. It breaks down the flux chemical better than IPA. Okay, now I still got these two over here. Okay. I mean, yes, it still has to go to the ultrasonic cleaner and clean off better. And but at least I got a good majority of that flux off, and I can continue with the PLCC sockets now with those chips. So um, we're gonna continue with them. I'm gonna go over here, look at these chips, see how well they came off. Good. All right, this is the FPU. I really like this version 5 flux, boys. Stereo, y'all have really done a good job with this one. All right, so now this is the revision 5 board where Bol made these legs hell of a lot, these pads bigger. Makes it much easier to solder the FPU and the glue on. But he still needs to do it for the 3 20-pin PLC sockets. Well, PLC chips. Those are still way too small. Solder one corner, then I go to the other corner, line it up. Okay, that sounds good. Now it's just a matter of dragging it. See, that's the only thing now that the pads are so much bigger that it takes more solder. See? Oh, I'm getting hungry. Okay, FPU is on. Let me just do a quick glance to see if I have any bridges. Nope. All right, let's inspect the glue itself to see if any legs I need to worry about here. Nah, these are all okay. That little bit of stuff will clean up as soon as I start soldering it and heating it up, so I'm not worried about them. You can see how it cleaned up pretty good, but not in between everything. The ultrasonic cleaner will take care of that. Okay. Flux it. Boy, nice. I gotta say, I really like how that flux flows. You see how much better it stays put? It's like a little bit tackier. They defined the name tacky flux. They really made it a bit tackier. If that is, well, that is a word. Those two right there, that one and this one, I don't want to take solder because those are ground. So they're larger heat plane. Okay, glue is done. Let's see how any bridges. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, I'm gonna do something out of order that I normally do. I wanna see where my sockets are. This is them. I want to go ahead and put them on. Oh no, these are too big. These are the wrong ones. All right, where did I put them? Here. All right, you see, this is gonna go here. Like I'm gonna do it the actually new method. Okay, so that will end up going there. But the new method I do this is with solder paste. Okay. So I have that on there. Now I'm gonna take my socket, make sure I get the proper orientation. See this, the groove, the. All right, now my hot air, I'm gonna have to lower this at the 320 or so. I don't know, it was 340. We'll go with here. The thing is that this temperature is below the melting point of the plastic socket. It should be, but within the range for the solder to melt. Right? Yeah, a little bit too high there because the plastics are melting a little bit. And there goes the solder paste. You saw that? Come on, it's starting to go. I don't think that solder paste I have is the best. I need to buy the better solder paste from Mrs. Theory. They make solder paste also. Okay, that one is done. See, and the socket did not melt, and all of these are on good. Okay. And it did not melt. See how nice I went? So that's on there good now. And I didn't have to cut out a support. A little bit of melting here, but that's because I went up to 340 and that's a bit too high. I'm gonna change. I have a smaller nozzle. I'm gonna change to that and see if that makes the airflow a bit better. Okay, so where are we? Lunch. I'm hungry. I'm gonna pause the recording and I'll be back in a bit. All right, folks. I've come back from lunch, but what is it always happens to people after eating lunch? Yeah, they get a little bit sleepy and tired. The next thing you know, you're taking a nap. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. I, I ate some nice lasagna there, and oh my god, afterwards, it was nap bound for a little bit. But I feel a bit better now. So this is the next chip. This is this is the ASC. So I didn't like how it looked. So oh, be nice if I turn on the iron. And I don't want to do that on the board. So oh boy, still having the wake up yawns and oh how nice it is to take a nap and to be able to be actually retired and just be like, ugh, nap whenever I damn feel like it. Don't need to worry about work. I do have a package from Mauser that my friend that I used to work with is gonna pick up for me and bring to my house because she lives just down the road from me. So that's coming. Another paper towel here. All right, so let's put on this ASC chip. There it goes right there. We're gonna flux this up. What's he sending me? Mm. Okay, ASC goes this way. And again, I'm just looking at this and this legs right now. I feel okay with that one. And that one, okay. I did look at the top one up here, although to make sure it looks okay before I solder this one. You know, it still has a little bit of play in it, so then I can adjust it if I need to. Okay. I have a bridge right there, so that's what I'm trying to get rid of. I danced the bridge and brought it all the way to here. That's right there. Gone now. I can see them without even having to really look at the chip. See, nice and clean. So we're gonna wonder if this is gonna fire up on the first go. I think it will. All right. ASC is on. Next one is this is the SEC chip. It looks all right, so we can go ahead and put this one straight on. Goes right here. Again, using the Nice Theory version 5 flux, V5 Tachyflux. I don't know, I just find it stick on so much nicer, and look how clear. Orientation is like that. Okay. And a message. Who was that? And that's an ASC. Did I already get all four sides? One, two, three, four. Yeah. Oh, geez. I lost count. All right. SEC, SCSI chip. Like this one. Looks okay. still need to go get all my little parts that I need. All right, one side. Two. 3. And we're about to go swim. Okay. Swim chip next. Right there. Let's see how you look. Oh, you look bad. Here, it dragged. All right, so let's move this off. I'll just touch them all up. And you know, this flux has no smell. I don't smell like all the other ones, not like a pine scent or a foresty. I don't pick up no scent on this one. Okay. Bring it back to the board and focus that, line that up. I'm definitely buying more of this version 5 V5. I bought 3 tubes, and I still have, I think, 1 or 2 of the V3. 2. Oh, I need to use up that V3. Oh, anyway. I ran today in the grocery store, and I was there. Ran into an old work colleague, although he didn't work for the same company I did, but I mean, I did a lot of work with him as an engineering, because he works for an engineering firm, and their company was doing all the engineering work for the port. Haven't seen him in a while. It was nice seeing him. I mean, um, still busy, but not with the port no more. All right, let's do one of the vias. How do you look? You look clean. My sister just sent me a message. All right, let's flux this one up. Mm. The only thing about eating lasagna with a red sauce, thing sits like a brick in my stomach. Kind of ironic because bricks are red and the red sauce. Anyway, I haven't had it in a while. I was gonna try it and see, but I see I still can't handle it too well. One, two, three sides. Thing is that these chips are in very good condition. They're not so rusty or corrosion on them. So the soldering is going nice and easy. But I found a bridge right here, right there. You can barely see it, but it's there. Still there. Now it's gone. Hey, good thing I check them. This one clean or got a little bit of things. Okay, that's good. Let's go put that one on. See, now you see me do both of these, but at the same time, I am looking up here to make sure that's lined up nicely. These PLCs are not difficult to solder on, as you can see. They're pretty straightforward. And the idea is to get like a little raised or like a ramp, like an angle with the leg and the pad. You see, so once I see that solder sits there and makes a nice angle, I'm okay with this. Like a little hill, like a little. Okay. One more to do, and that's the ADB. No bridges. ADB right there. Then the other one are in two sockets. We'll put down two sockets. ADB goes on like this. Nice small little chip. And it's soldered on exactly the same way. The last side. And that's it. We're done with the PLCs. All right, now let's go do these two sockets. Okay, so there's one of them. Boy, that is really sitting heavy in my stomach. Okay. Now, because of an earlier board that I did, and I forgot about one thing related to these sockets on this board. When I put this one down, it's not going to be, I'm going to specifically put it a little bit out of alignment, meaning this way, okay? I'm not going to put it centered on the pads up top and bottom here, okay? But I will do it centered on the other ones. And the reason is to make this one fit better. Oh, I wanted to change that nozzle. I have other nozzles, so not in this box. There it is. And there's a bigger one. does that feel like it's not down all the way? Oh yeah, that's blowing out a lot better. Oh, I need to lower that a little bit. It's already melting it. Oh yeah, such a big difference. Boy, that went a lot quicker. I okay. All right, that one done. All right, now you see I offset that one on purpose like that because now this one or two will be a little bit. Maybe I didn't have to offset it that much. Or the previous sockets I used were a bit different. See, in this, I didn't have to offset it, but it's all right. I'm not taking it back off and actually redoing it. So this one I can set normal. Maybe. Oh yeah, this is a new batch of sockets. That other one and that other one finished, so I don't have to offset these. These are a bit thinner. The board I did previously was sockets that I had that finished. And then this is a new batch that I ordered. Not the same socket. So getting better at the socket thing. I still think that my soldering is faster, but I just don't. I don't like soldering these. These are. Okay. Mm-mm. Too much temperature. I don't know why all of a sudden this is too much. Leela, no, go. I want you to go to my mother's. It's still too early. Perfect. Let's see how those two chips look. Good. Good. And they fit in there nice and firm, and I don't have to worry about the legs. Look at that. Okay. Where am I at now? Um, 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 um. I need to get some things. I'll be right back. Let me start collecting my parts I need. Okay, I pulled together all the stuff that I need. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need this anymore. Oh, I do need some flux still, though. Some things I'm putting on the board. I need to buy more of these fuses. These are the surface mount ones. I need to keep that bag. Time is it? 4:35. Okay. I normally go to my mother's around 5, so I'm watching for that. So I got two of the surface mount fuses, so I gotta put one on as a through hole. I'm gonna try another one of these other crystals here and see. The last board I had a problem with one of them. It didn't want to work right. So okay, let's go solder all this stuff that I just put on the board. Okay, so this time I put the solder on lower under it and just heating it up and pushing it down into it so it sticks better. Okay. Why does it not want to build up? That's what I wanted. Okay. Okay. And this one for the ADB will be a through hole fuse. I don't like to leave it as ugly. I want to fix that up. Doom. Doom. Nice like that. Okay. CPU socket needs to go in. I'm just heating it back up and pushing it on to make sure it's sitting flush and all the way down. Now we start soldering. Now comes a lot of through hole stuff. Because just about all of the SMD stuff is done. I don't know. I still got some SMD. I got the caps to do. 10 of them. Yeah, 11. We'll do that next. Small solder ball. Okay. CPU socket is done. Let me get the caps. You know what? I'm gonna do this one a bit different. That's the only one that's not gonna be. I do have them. I'm gonna put all black caps on this. That will look nice. All right. Right now, I'm just gonna be putting flux on the board. The locations that I need for caps. Nine of the locations. Basically, I already put that one on there. That's that 150. Now these caps are a little bit bigger. That's the only issue with them. Okay, I got 9 of them on there. The other 2 are on the others are on the front side of the board. So let's go and put these on. Nice black caps or a black board. Everything on this thing is black. Looks nice. See, that's the thing with the caps is that they're a bit bigger. I need to get some of the smaller size ones. Yeah, I need to get them this size. P4. All right, let's turn it around and we get the other side of each of these caps. This side I already did. Okay. All right, let's do the last 2. The last 2 I'm not in a tight spot, so I'm okay with that. All right, I think now I'm done with Flux. I don't think I have anything else as SMD. Okay. I think that one can sit a bit flatter. No? Okay. All right, so we are at a good spot here for me to stop for now. I mean, I'm just going to pause the recording. I'll continue with it because I want to try to do all this in just one video. But the next thing to put on are all the sockets for the chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 sockets. I still have time that I can pull them. All right, this is the ROM socket. The RTC and the line filter are back there. All right, the Apple Sound chips are there. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 of these. These are for the 3 bournes in the back. And then all this video circuitry stuff. And then the 2 video RAM has a hard socket size to find because of the width. It's in between the 2 widths. Is that even a word? Widths. Okay, so I have my socket side. That's all of them. Oh, let me get. I need one more item. Okay, the other item was a battery holder and the other 2 capacitors that I need. Still some things I need to take off of the old board. But anyway, folks, what I'm gonna let me put this in the other video in the other camera, and you can see where I am with this board. Give me 1 second here. I want to move some things out of the way. Okay, so this is where I am with the board. Let me turn off this light. That's all. Okay, so all the sockets are here. I just need to solder them in. Okay, I got the 2 caps here and here. I got this for here. I already got the power connector also. That's gonna go here. I got the audio jack. That's a new one. That's the serial. That's well, sorry, SCSI floppy. I got floppy. I have SCSI, and I have ROM. So getting there, but some of these things I don't need to connect for me to know it's working. So oh boy, Lilo making this noise that he wants to go. You and your toy. Okay, so but I need to take all these back out though, because or else I put them in one by one. Okay, so I am gonna take a pause here. I'm gonna pause the video recording and then go to my mother's. I may change and go in the pool. I may go swim a little bit because it's hot. and then come back. I'll be back. All right, folks. I came back. I went swimming at my mother, so I'm a bit of junky clothing now. But let's continue with this board. We're gonna we're gonna put in the sockets now. So basically, um, what I do is that I will get them all in. And oh, what just fell? Oh, okay. Where's my tweezers? And I just bend on this big one. I'll bend the four corners. On this one, this is for the RTC. I bend the two opposite corners. This is for the inductor back here. I could solder that directly to the board, but they don't really fail. So, but anyway, these are for the resistor networks. I'm gonna go ahead and put both of them in and hold them with my fingers. Okay. I can do 3 of these. And let's do this last 2 here for the video chips. There's still the video RAM. Okay, video RAM. Sure they all get put in with the notch in the proper direction. Then I got 2 more here. These are the Sony sound chips. I already cooked and had my dinner also. Right now here it's 7:33 if anyone's wondering. But okay, so those are all bent back. Now it's time to start soldering. Still got my pile of stuff here that I need to, and that will get put on. Okay, let's go solder. The board sits nice and flat on my bench, so the gravity itself is also pushing on the sockets. So this is the one for the inductor. Okay. Now we come up to the bottom of the ROM. I'd rather move the scope here. This is for the video ROM. You know, you're not going to see the whole thing. A couple of spots are out of your view. Okay. And this is the RTC. And I'm going to turn the board around. These are the two Sony sound chips. Okay. Video RAM. Now you may not have view to all the solder points, but I'm coming to your view. Don't worry. I think this is like the 0.8 millimeter solder that I'm using. I kind of like it because I don't have to feed it as much like I did with the 0.6, or is the 0.06, I can't remember. But there's just a little tab does it. And I make sure enough goes on that all the gold color is covered. Alright, then I know that it's good. Or you see me sometimes go back and just tap it again. Okay, now we are here in the back at these 3 resistor packs. I thought I was finished and I got 2 more. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to try to work on something. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but something different off the, still dealing with Apple, but with a different machine. I need to try to get some things to work. Okay, so all sockets are soldered on. Just make sure. Yeah. Okay. What's next that I need to do? I'm gonna do the ROM socket. Uh-oh. I got one here. I need to empty that. Some solder got in there. All right, right now I just want to tap a couple spots just to hold it. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna come and hit them all. Okay, I might do it. I can do it quicker this way. Okay, ROM socket is in. Let me put in these capacitors. Those are the 220. Yeah. Okay, I'm just soldering them from the bottom now. This I'm doing with naked eye. I'm not really using the scope for it. Okay. Let me snip these. Okay. I think I want to do. I just need SCSI, so let me do the SCSI port. Now, why I'm doing that now instead of the RAM socket is it's that it will help me level the board. Okay, so this is why you see me soldering this on now before I do the RAM sockets. And RAM sockets, I'm only going to put 4 on. I knew it, my temperature. My finger must have hit the button and it dropped to 320. I can tell right away the solder's not flowing as good. I like using these type of DB connectors rather than the ones that take a rivet. Not many SE30s come with these, so. All right, that's on there. All right, I'm not gonna put on the audio jack yet because then that will make it too high. So I'm gonna take 4 RAM sockets now and put on here. We're getting closer and closer to the point of testing. I need to move those chips over. I don't really need these actually resistor networks back here. What I need to put on is the audio jack. I don't even need the keyboard and serial for me to test chime. I need to put the audio jack, the audio plug-in right here. I need to put in the power connector. Of course, the crystal. I need to move all the other chips over. And the RAM. So let's do the RAM. Right now, I'm just going to secure the corners. And I do come back and heat them up again and push them in, make sure. Again, it's all about doing it in the height level so that you can have the benefit of your bench surface aid you in holding the product in that you want to move over. All right, let's start soldering some of these. How much can you see? You can see all 4, but not in good focus. My temperature, yep, my temperature changed again. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, see, you can see 9 at a time. I need to sit one day and try to count. I mean, I know there's some original boards I sent back to their owners because they wanted it. So I think it's like 5 of those I've done. Then all the other reloaded boards, I have the originals here. I need to go through and count how many reloaded boards I've done. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're not gonna see the last two. Okay, RAM is all done. I'm bringing the old board because I want to take out. This has the botch done on it for the video stuff. I need to take out that crystal. And I'm just going to use heat and my manual solder pump for that. I'll try this new, oh, I need to increase this back up though. And you gotta do this in layers. The DSG crystal is hard to get out sometimes because, especially this one here, because it's got a lot of ground plane. I don't know. I don't like this nozzle so much. Or I need to increase my temp. I'm already at 450. I increase the temp to 480. Again, earlier that the sockets that I did, all right, remember that temp is what I'm used to. I use for my hot air. If you have one, it might be completely different. Uh, okay, crystal's out. I'm gonna try to get out some other things that I need. I don't need much else. Well, I can let that wait. Okay, let's see if I can. That crystal's gonna be a bit hot, so let me let it cool off a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna start transferring some of these chips over. I'll come and do that on the other camera. Okay, we are moving along here. Oh, okay. Something here. Okay. Very tight fit, but good. Okay. What other chips do I have? The two Sony ones. Okay. Don't really need that right now. Let's fix these legs on this crystal. Okay. Let's put that in, hopefully. Okay, there it goes. Ground plane. Okay. The crystal is in. Let's do this audio jack. We're almost ready that I can test. I guess I got two more things to put, well, three more things to put on. Do the one in the middle. Now I'm gonna. My friend hasn't brought me my package yet. What happened to her? She probably forgot, even after I sent her 10 reminder messages. Okay. Audio jack to put in. Well, audio plug for the speaker. Nice and flat. Okay. Now comes the power connection. And that's the last thing I need to try to power up. It's just this guy. Okay. We are at a point that we can power up. I don't need any of those other things, no. We are bringing a good old reliable SE30 compact board. If you're wanting one of those compact cards, it is on our website. It comes with the Pi and everything. The only thing it doesn't come with is the Pico. And oh, I can't put it there. I need my blue SCSI. Memory and RAM. ROM is here. Memory 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our Blink RAM. If it doesn't, if the inventory is 0 on the store, just contact me. I make them as I need because it's a bit time consuming. Okay, so we have everything there. Let's go. Go. And I'm not getting audio though. Why am I not getting audio? Did I put one of these in wrong? Yeah, looks like I need to clean. I need to check these legs. All right, let's go back to the scope for a minute. Just got a message, new package from DHL. That's my JLC order. My PC board's coming, and they'll come directly to Cayman. I want some flux on this. That way I can bypass the U.S. tariffs. Okay, let's see if we get audio. Still not getting no audio. But I am getting blinks, and I probably am getting video. Yeah. No. Some things are not. Some chips might not be sitting in good. Ah, there's one leg that's not in right. Still no audio. Video's there now because it's at the right megahertz and all that. Yeah. Video's there. All right, so I'm getting video, but I'm not getting. Oh, I know why I'm not getting audio. Stupid me. You want to know what it is? You really want to know what it is? This guy. This guy needs to be on for the audio to work. I don't know how many times I do this. Watch. Here we go. Let me just solder this on quick, and then we will have audio. Ready for some audio? 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! We have chime. So really, it was just one bent chip leg, and the two Sony chips were a little bit dirty. Ah, man. And there she is booting. Yay! No artifacts on nothing. Everything looks nice and good. So we are a-okay with this board. I just don't know with the tech step. I'll have to test and see what the RTC tells me. So I'm happy. It works. We've done the trans. I mean, I still got like with all of them that I'm working on is I still got some things to get done. Like now, I 4 more battery PDS floppy SCSI, the 2 switches, the serial printer floppy keyboard. But some of those things I got to take off of the old board. All of these, the switch, all of these. This I'm not going to worry about. This I have right here. So I put on a new one. I have a bunch of these. I have a secret supplier. And I need to take out the Ratchet Resistor Pack Network. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some of this off camera because it's just boring solder work. So I'll come back when I'm finished and ready to test. All right, folks, I'll come back now with this one. I think I need to do 2 more tests on this. One is another power up test, and then I want to hook up tech step, and then that will be it because this board is basically done. I've soldered everything else except for this bracket. So as you can see, I got all the chips in now on the floppy and SCSI. The PDS is in, the extra SIMs. Everything back here is now connected. Okay, so we should be very good now. I'm just gonna bring a mouse. I'm not gonna bring a whole keyboard. And turn on the screen. Chime. Screen should start booting up. Yep, there we go. I'm on. Okay, there we go. And we're booting up. Yep, there we go. I could test a nice new DOS blinking lights. It's a ROM plugin right here that we put in. The mouse is working. I'm gonna see if I can put this in because sometimes it doesn't like the ROM because the PDS slot with the PDS slot in the way. It's not so good on the SE30. With the PDS slot there, it's okay. I got it in. So the idea is really to show you what this is. So there we have These are the address lines and then the data lines. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, no, address lines here and data lines are the red. So we can see everything going nuts as different parts of the machine talk to each other and do their tests and so forth. So the board is working. The next thing now is I don't need video for this. I don't need SCSI for this. I don't need audio for this. And I don't need mouse. So we're gonna get rid of all that stuff. I'm gonna slide this down over here. We're gonna leave the Blink and ROM connected. So I'm bringing TechStep over. Audio. Serial. You're probably wondering how I know which one is serial, which one is printer. If you look at this one is cleared. There is no design on it. There's nothing there. That is printer, because the other end with nothing is here on the printer connection. And the one with the Apple logo is on serial. Now that's how I know. Okay, turn that on. SCSI, turn on. Connect power. Terminate. Communication established. All test. And if this is good, then this board for John is done, except for I gotta attach his bracket. And this bracket is in good shape, so I don't need to do any grinding or painting. But I need to ultrasonic clean the board first and scrub it and all that and get all this flux off. I need to do that multiple times because it takes a few to get everything off. Boy, address lines, data lines going crazy. I see this thing doesn't like these crystals. Don't know why they keep on failing on me. It does not like these crystals. I need to switch that back. I need to switch that around. I need to put in one of the other ones. So let me go get them. I'll be right back. All right, so I've made the change of the crystal already. Took off the other one and put this one on. We're gonna power this back up. 3, 2, power on. Okay, 3 all. And this should be it. Second one I had that problem with. I'm not gonna use those crystals no more. I don't know why they're not working for this board. I need to see if, no, they shouldn't be keyed. They shouldn't care what direction. And I created my own little adapter board with can take I can take a SMD crystal of the same value on it, and that works. So I do have those I can use. Now the clock passes. Interesting, huh? SEC, please pass, please pass, 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 pass. I want to call this board done. Yes. ADB, last one. And we are all pass, all pass, all pass, all pass. Yes, all test passes. So we are good. We are done with this board. I'm shutting it down because I'm tired. It is 9:30 here. I've been very busy today. So I'm just disconnecting everything off of this board. See, that's the ROM thing. That's it with all the lights and everything on it, and then the ROM sits in it. Okay. So then I can take this off, put my board away, put my ROM away, put this RAM away. Later, when I do the next final test after the cleaning, I'll test it with additional RAM. So we are done with this board. This board for John that was reloaded. Let me put this away. So, so yeah, we're done with this board for Mr. John. I will send him an email, let him know I reloaded it, and send him a link to the video. And we have another one completed. So that makes me 5 for 5. There's 3 boards I already mailed out. There's number 4. This is number 5. I did fix that analog board and that keyboard, so that is done. So anyway, folks, I thank you. I appreciate you watching this, and give me a thumbs up if you can. A 3-hour video. I'm sorry it's kind of long. Make sure you visit kmacvintage.com. You can follow me there for latest news, latest products, and stock changes, stock additions, and so forth. SE30 board reloaded, number 5 fixed on from this trip. So again, thank you for watching, and y'all have a great day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.